The Palestinian issue: historical roots, contemporary challenges, and future prospects. Introduction. The Palestinian issue stands as one of the most enduring and complex geopolitical conflicts in modern history. Rooted in a century-long struggle over land, identity, and sovereignty, it encompasses historical grievances, territorial disputes, and profound human rights concerns. The conflict between Israelis and Palestinians has not only shaped the Middle East's political landscape, but has also drawn international attention and intervention. Understanding the multifaceted nature of this issue requires an exploration of its historical origins, the current realities on the ground, and the potential pathways toward a just and lasting resolution. Grades Vixar +1. Edubirdi +1. Historical background: Ottoman era and early 20th century. Prior to World War I, the region known today as Israel and the Palestinian territories was part of the Ottoman Empire. The population was predominantly Arab, comprising Muslims, Christians, and Jews living in relative harmony. The rise of nationalist movements in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, including Zionism among Jews and Arab nationalism among Palestinians, set the stage for future conflicts. British Mandate and the Balfour Declaration. Following the Ottoman Empire's collapse, the League of Nations granted Britain the mandate over Palestine in 1920. In 1917, the British government issued the Balfour Declaration, expressing support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This declaration, made without consulting the Arab majority, sowed seeds of tension between Jewish immigrants and the Arab population. UN Partition Plan and the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. In 1947, the United Nations proposed partitioning Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem under international administration. While Jewish leaders accepted the plan, Arab leaders rejected it, leading to civil unrest. Upon Israel's declaration of independence in 1948, neighboring Arab states invaded, resulting in the First Arab-Israeli War. Israel emerged victorious, expanding its territory beyond the UN-designated borders. Approximately 750,000 Palestinians were displaced during this period, an event Palestinians refer to as the Nakba, or catastrophe. The Palestinian refugee crisis. The 1948 war created a significant refugee crisis, with hundreds of thousands of Palestinians fleeing or being expelled from their homes. These refugees and their descendants now number over 5 million, residing in the West Bank, Gaza Strip, neighboring Arab countries, and beyond. The right of return for these refugees remains a contentious issue, with Palestinians demanding recognition and restitution, while Israel fears that allowing their return would alter the country's demographic balance. The 1967 Six-Day War and Occupation. In 1967, tensions between Israel and neighboring Arab states culminated in the Six-Day War. Israel captured the West Bank, Gaza Strip, East Jerusalem, the Golan Heights, and the Sinai Peninsula. While the Sinai was later returned to Egypt, Israel continues to occupy the other territories. The occupation has led to the establishment of Israeli settlements, military checkpoints, and a complex system of control over Palestinian movement and resources. Israeli settlements and international law. Israeli settlements in the occupied territories have been a major obstacle to peace efforts. These settlements are considered illegal under international law, specifically the Fourth Geneva Convention, which prohibits an occupying power from transferring its civilian population into the territory it occupies. Despite international condemnation, settlement expansion has continued, leading to further fragmentation of Palestinian land and diminishing prospects for a contiguous Palestinian state. The Oslo Accords and the peace process. In the 1990s, the Oslo Accords marked a significant attempt to resolve the conflict. These agreements established the Palestinian Authority, PA, and outlined a framework for future negotiations. However, key issues such as the status of Jerusalem, refugees, borders, and security were left unresolved. Subsequent peace efforts have faltered, with mutual distrust, political divisions, and ongoing violence undermining progress. Gaza Strip and the blockade. The Gaza Strip, home to over 2 million Palestinians, has been under a blockade by Israel and Egypt since 2007, following the takeover by Hamas. The blockade has led to severe humanitarian conditions, including limited access to clean water, electricity, and medical supplies. Periodic conflicts between Israel and armed groups in Gaza have resulted in significant civilian casualties and infrastructure damage. Human rights and international perspectives. Numerous human rights organizations have documented violations in the occupied territories, including arbitrary arrests, home demolitions, and restrictions on movement. Reports by organizations such as Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch have accused Israel of practices amounting to apartheid, citing systematic discrimination against Palestinians. Israel rejects these characterizations, asserting its right to self-defense and security. Palestinian political divisions. Internal divisions among Palestinians have also hindered efforts toward statehood. The rivalry between Fatah, which controls the West Bank-based Palestinian Authority, and Hamas, governing Gaza, has led to separate administrations and conflicting strategies. Efforts at reconciliation have repeatedly failed, weakening the Palestinian position in negotiations and diminishing international support. Jerusalem, a city of contention. Jerusalem holds religious and historical significance for Jews, Muslims, and Christians. Israel considers the entire city its capital, while Palestinians claim East Jerusalem as the capital of a future state. The international community has largely not recognized Israel's annexation of East Jerusalem, and the city's status remains one of the most sensitive issues in the conflict. International involvement and peace initiatives. Various international actors have attempted to mediate the conflict, including the United States, the European Union, and the United Nations. While these efforts have occasionally led to temporary agreements, a comprehensive peace deal has remained elusive. Factors such as shifting political dynamics, regional instability, and differing priorities among stakeholders have complicated mediation efforts.